test on all the buildings within Dosunmu area of Idumota to determine if it is habitable for people or not. This is coming a day after fire engulfed part of the market, leading to the collapse of 5 buildings as a total of 14 buildings were affected. The government revealed this when our senior reporter, Theophilus Elema, interviewed the permanent secretary in the Lagos State Emergency Management Agency, LASEMA, Olufemi Okeosoitolu. Mr. Osoitolu noted that it has become necessary to carry out tests on the buildings owing to the recent fire incident that has engulfed the area.
Now, tell us now, you were here last night, you were here this morning as well. What has happened so far this morning?
Well, we've been here since yesterday. We moved our coordinating and command control center to the place. With that, we are able to put off the fire, we curtail the fire, we put off the fire. And the next step is that we are conducting material testing for the structures. All the unstable structures, we are going to pull them down to ground zero.
Every structure here?
Every structure we are going to conduct material testing for. Anyone that failed material testing, they will be pulled down to ground zero. We will try as much as possible to make this place stable.
So in all of this now, are you concerned about the lack of safety protocol employed by traders in this place before now?
We are really concerned. If you look at the etiology, it is clear what really happens. You will discover that there's a breach of safety protocol and there's a breach of safety procedure. And this is what we've been carrying out a lot of sensitization. We've been carrying out a lot of advocacy on it. And we are coming with a new thing to ensure safety of life and properties.
And our senior reporter, Theophilus Elema, is still at Idumota for latest developments on this fire. Good to have you join us on the news at 1 once again, Theophilus. What more information have you gathered as regards this incident?
Well, as it is at this point, the sun is heavy. The smoke coming from the building behind us is weighing upon everybody here, and everyone is trying to ensure that these buildings go down to ground zero. Of course, I have with me the Commissioner for Special Duties and Intergovernmental Affairs of the Lagos State Government, Honorable Benga Oyerinde. Thank you very much for joining us at this time. Looking at the situation here, when you came here first of all yesterday, how came to your mind?
Well, anyway, it was a very disappointing situation, and we could see Lagosians in a very sad mood. It's a pitiable situation. It's a situation that is avoidable if all precautions and all the advocacy we've been doing have been taken duly care of. What really happened, there was a 3-story building that has a penthouse. And on top of the penthouse, there was a set of generator that was stocked around the penthouse to serve all the retail store that were within that building. And then there is a printing press equally on the top of that building. That all of a sudden there is a explosion on the generator, and they have all kegs of petrol stored around the building. And in the event of rescue the situation, the guy that was involved in that fire explosion quickly started throwing the keg of fire down on the floor. And you know, something that have already caught fire, the fire started running without petrol. And that's why it has to engulf every other buildings around and make the situation very pathetic. But immediately the first respondent, who is the primary respondent, Lagos State Fire and Rescue Services, received the message. We didn't think of an eye because we have a station very close to this place. They quickly reported, and they are the ones that have been able to help us to salvage. So they feel they can condone off majority of those buildings, but because of the nature of the material that was stored in most of those retailers, it becomes impossible. What we can only do is for us to start doing a kind of preventive firefighting so that it doesn't escalate beyond what we can control. It took us a lot of time. Thank God you are equally here yesterday, and you could see the efforts the first responders were put into fighting that fire. But today we are here. We are able to share a press briefing because of the fact that the situation has been calm. We are in a damping down situation now. We are equally trying to clean up the environment to see how the environment can look more accessible for people to see, and likely to see what will be the next approach for us to adopt. But bearing in mind for us that we are going to have, as quickly as possible, a stakeholders meeting to address this situation.
Okay, so my question again is, what has happened to the person that caused this fire?
You said?
The person that caused this fire.
So on our investigation, because we need to project, when we are asking, what people are equally telling us that the guy has died, and we say we want to see the corpse of the person that died. The next thing they told us, he has run away. So as we speak now, the investigation is still on. We are not still yet ascertained where that guy has been, because we need to know what is the reason for him to have done that. Because if actually he has allowed the fire to continue at that building, because the advocacy is that when fire comes and it's beyond you, the best you can do is to leave the fire to continue and take a leave. If that has been the situation, we wouldn't have find ourselves in this situation.
Okay, let me speak with the fire service, Lagos State Fire Service, Margaret Adesha here. In all of this, we still see pockets of fire here and there. What's the situation now?
The situation is under control. The pocket of fire, of course, there are fire trucks on ground ready to fight any fire that escalates beyond where they are now. So it's under control.
It's under control.
All the pockets of fire we will make sure we extinguish all before leaving this spot.
Thank you very much, Honorable Commissioner for Special Duties, and thank you very much for our service. Of course, you heard it from the government officials here. The question about the whereabouts of the person has been addressed by the Commissioner for Special Duties. Of course, he's at large at this point, but we will get more information as regards that. Over to you, Olamide.
Thank you, Theophilus, for that update. That's our senior reporter live in Idumota, monitoring development at the market. And to politics now, the Political Commission of the Nigeria Labour Congress has set up a